about it. And I just want to know a little more about what you do and how you like it your way.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, I'm not sure what Justin, what I guess I should say Mr. Gates told you.
yeah.
So I've been a registered nurse for the last 17 years. And I started out, I went to undergrad, so I went to University of Iowa, and I was pre-med for 3 years. And then I realized, to be completely honest, that I was not going to get the grades that I needed to get into medical school. So I talked to my counselor, and she said, well, maybe you want to try nursing. And I was like, I don't think I'm going to like that. But I went and I shadowed a nurse in a hospital, and I was like, oh, nurses are really hands-on. They really get to, do a lot of the work with patients, and I really liked that, hands-on, aspect to it. So I got my bachelor's in nursing, and then I took my boards and became a nurse, and I worked in a hospital in Arlington Heights for 10 years. And I did a lot of various, so I started out on just a regular, what we call telemetry floor, which is just a cardiac unit.
Okay.
So we had all cardiac patients. And I did that for a while, and then I went to the cardiac ICU instead, and I decided I like that. It's a lot more fast-paced, there's more, excitement, and, patients are sicker, so you have to do more, and you have more responsibility, and I liked that. And then I decided that it wasn't enough for me, and I decided that I wanted to not just, be the one carrying out the orders and taking care of the patients that way, but I wanted to give the orders. So
Okay.
I wanted a little bit more autonomy in how I practiced, and so I decided to go back to school and get my master's. So I went back and I got my master's at Loyola, and I did that program, and I became a nurse practitioner. And I knew that
I heard that.
I only wanted, and I was only trained to see adults, because in the ICU I only saw adults, and I wasn't really comfortable seeing kids. Not that it's not that I don't love kids, I was comfortable seeing adults. So when I went back to school, I was an adult nurse practitioner. So I see adults now.
That's okay. That's reasonable.
Yeah, and so I do that, and I've been doing that for the last 6 years. And I started doing that in Chicago, and I worked and did healthcare for the homeless. So for 5 years, all my patients were homeless, and that taught me a lot, and I learned a lot doing that. And now I work for a clinic. I'll tell you my little story, and then you can ask me any questions you want. So,
Yeah, sure.
I moved to upstate New York because my boyfriend's in the Army.
Yep, I heard that.
We got stationed up there. So I worked at a smaller clinic, and I saw patients there. It was another federally funded clinic, which means we get money from the government to treat patients who are medically underserved, or people who maybe can't always afford to pay. And then he got deployed, and I decided I didn't want to stay in New York by myself, so I moved back here, and now I do telemedicine. So I see these patients through video conferencing, so kind of like Skype, kind of.
Okay.
But we've got really cool equipment that we use. So the nurse is in there. There's a nurse in the room, and she helps listen to the patient's lungs, and she has an otoscope, so I can look in their ears and in their throat and their nose and all that stuff. And so you can still do some things like that. But that's my story.
That's really
so
cool.
tell me, yeah. So tell me what else I can elaborate on. Give me your questions.
Alright, so, well, you kind of answered a few of them already, but, I just want to know, how do you deal with someone who isn't satisfied with your patient care? That's my question.
How do I deal with, say that again?
How do you deal with, someone who isn't satisfied with your care as a nurse?
Okay, I'm not understanding that last part. I'm in my car, so maybe that's why.
Oh,
How do I
okay.
deal with someone who's not what?
Who is not satisfied with your patient care?
Oh, got it. Okay,
Yeah.
satisfied.
Yeah.
I've actually never experienced that. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, really? Oh, I was about to say.
You know what? Over the last 17 years as a nurse, I've seen countless patients as a bedside nurse in the hospital, and then now as a nurse practitioner treating them in primary care. And you're always going to have people who are not satisfied or people who don't think you're doing a good job. I
Yeah.
think that happens. Yeah, and I think that happens in every profession. But you know what? You really can't take it personally because
That's
you do the
true.
best you can for every patient, and you're never going to satisfy everyone. I think what we struggle with a lot is patients' expectations of what they think should be done, and I think patients struggle with that too. They expect certain things from you that are just not possible. But you deliver care, you meet the general standards of care, and you try your best to do a good job, and that's all you can do. I talk to people. I think that communication is super important, so I try to develop a therapeutic relationship with every patient that comes in, and that's hard because people will come in and they're sick, like when they're in the hospital and they're really sick,
Yeah.
you're meeting someone on probably one of the worst days of their life,
True.
and
Yeah.
that you can't ever get, that can never get lost on you, and I don't think it should because it's super important, you have an impact on someone on the worst day of their life potentially. So, and I think that it's good to remember that the people that are coming in and are your patients are vulnerable, they're in a spot where they don't know what's going on, they're scared, a lot of people don't trust healthcare providers, even though nursing is one of the most trusted professions in polls. But it can be difficult sometimes. So I think it's just being open and honest with your patients and, making sure that they feel they can communicate with you in a way that you understand. I think people really need to feel that you're understanding them, where they're coming from.
Okay.
Even if you don't agree with it.
Okay.
But it's been a really good job because it pays really well. You'll always have job security.
I heard that.
You can do so many different things. So like there's so much room for lateral movement. So like you could be a cardiac nurse, you could be a cancer nurse, an oncology nurse, you could be an ER nurse, you could be a psych nurse. You could do home care, you could do wound care. I mean, there's like so many things you can do. So it's kind of cool. As long as you're a nurse, you can train to do any of those things. And so there's a lot of room. Like if you don't like one field, you can go into another one.
That is true.
Yeah. And then the hours are flexible too. If you're a night person, you can work nights. If you're a day person, you work days. I think it's been a good gig.
Ah, interesting.
So you think this is something you want to do?
Yes, actually, I was looking for my mom personally has told me about how being a nurse practitioner can actually affect you and how it will help you grow a lot more from where I am now. So I
Is
just
your mom a
wanted
nurse?
yeah, she is.
Is she a nurse practitioner?
Not really a nurse practitioner, but I don't know how to describe her work. This is pretty much why I wanted to know more.
Okay. Well, that's good. Were you not allowed to interview your mom?
I was not.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. There's so many different kinds of nursing. You can be a licensed practical nurse. Where you don't have a bachelor's degree. Usually, it's just an associate's degree. You can be a bachelor's prepared nurse. You can even get a doctorate of nursing practice.
Yep.
There's a lot of things, and it absolutely does make you grow as a person. You're kind of forced to because you're confronted with a lot of stuff that most people never see. like you see someone dying, you see someone die in front of you, you do CPR, you save a life. Like, if that doesn't impact you, like, I don't know.
That is
maybe
true.
Maybe you don't have a pulse, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, it becomes, and a lot of things really help to put things in perspective in your own life, because you see these people with like tragic circumstances. You know, like I worked with the homeless for 5 years, and it was like every day was kind of heartbreaking. And if you bring that home with you every day, you know, then you can't even function. So you have to figure out a way to not let it affect you as much, but also still stay compassionate and, you know, and caring to these people who are experiencing things like homelessness. So, plus you get really great stories.
Yeah. I actually have a question going on with that statement. How do you handle the stress and the pressure of the job? Just like how you said, you see, like, you can see someone dying. How does that, how do you handle with the pressure that's been put on you?
Yeah, good question. So you learn, and this is another growth opportunity, right? So you learn, no one teaches you in nursing school how you're supposed to respond to things like that. When a patient dies, one of your patients dies, whether or not, you know, they don't teach you how you're supposed to deal with that, so you got to figure it out. And I think it's different for everybody. I think what I've found in my profession is that a lot of the people that you work with, you become really close with, and you rely on each other. So, like, you know, after shifts, after, like, crazy shifts, we'd all go out to eat, have a couple of drinks, and, like, kind of vent and talk about the day, and that helps relieve a lot of stress. Just to kind of talk about it with people who understand and get it. And I've always found that to be super helpful. I try to, you know, have healthy coping mechanisms. You know, like I try to exercise if I get really stressed out by work, and that helps me a lot. You figure out a way. And you know what? There's some days where it's really hard and you get upset. And I think that's fine. I don't think you should ever get to a place where you're like so closed off that you can't even feel those things anymore. I think that's not very effective way to practice. And I don't think it's very good for the patients, you know. So you figure it out. It gets overwhelming sometimes, but the more you go through it, the easier it becomes and the better. You know, it's sometimes hard. It's hard to get cynical sometimes about things, but you know, I think the good days, like for every horrible patient that you experience, and when I say horrible, I mean like maybe they have a horrible story or something horrible's happened to them, or they're horrible people to you. You know, like it's like customer service too. You know, you're going to have people that are not nice. You know, and for every one of those patients, you have, like, a wonderful patient who's so grateful for everything you've done. You know, for maybe you saved their life, or maybe for whatever reason, and those just kind of totally outweigh the bad ones. So there's really good days, but there's really bad days, too. And so you just have to figure out a way to balance it and get some relief, you know, and get some sleep, because sleep helps. But having really good friends, so I have some great nurse practitioner friends, and and knowing people in the field too, you know, so my boyfriend is a family medicine doctor, and so it really helps to have someone at the end of the day who knows what you're going through and who's been there and can understand, and you just, you know, and it's nice to have someone who, you know, who you can talk to about it. So I think sharing and talking with other people really helps.
I got it.
Yeah. Or therapy. You could go to therapy.
That's true. All right, I just have two more questions for you.
Sure, yeah.
Well, one question, your brother actually wrote this. Like he just suggested it to me. If you had to redo your career, what would you do differently?
Good question. Oh my God. Okay, well, I guess I would have applied myself more in undergrad. So I think that I would have liked to become a doctor right away. So now that I'm a nurse practitioner, I mean, don't get me wrong, I how that works. I love understanding, stamping out disease and treating things and really getting into the nitty-gritty of medicine. And as a nurse, you do that, but it's not as much as a nurse practitioner. So a nurse practitioner is pretty much, so I always tell people that the only difference between nurse practitioners and physicians is that we don't have the education to back up the decisions we're making. So we do exactly pretty much the same thing as doctors do, but we didn't go to medical school. So, it's, and we make less money. But
Okay.
so I think to answer your question, I would probably have taken undergrad a little bit more seriously and gotten the better grades so that I could have gone to medical school, because that's kind of where I love people and I love science and medicine and all of that, and like nursing has been a great way to kind of hit both of those, but being a nurse practitioner when you're really kind of diving into the medicine part has been a lot more fulfilling. So I think if anything I would have changed that.
Got it. All right.
Yeah.
So one last question,
Sure.
or not really a question, but anyways, best advice you can give to someone starting out in this field.
Okay. Best advice. All right. So I think it would be probably to be honest with yourself, because I've seen so many nurses that I don't know whether they just thought it would be a good gig for them, or maybe their family members were nurses or whatever, but they've gotten into it and it wasn't for them. Like if I feel like if you get into it and you try it, and I would definitely go for it. You have to like people. You have to, like working hard, but being with a really great group of people. You have to like, science and medicine and getting your hands dirty and the human body, and you have to be able to be open to all of that stuff. And if you're not, then don't force yourself to do it, because you will get absolutely no fulfillment out of the job.
That is true.
I've had so many nurses I've worked with over the years that are just miserable. And I'm like, why are you doing this? Like you can change your career. So I think that if you get into it and you start getting into like school and start taking classes and, sometimes, the classes are kind of dry, but once you get into your clinicals and you start working with patients and you get to do procedures and things like that, that's kind of the awesome part. And if you love that part and you enjoy that part, then that's good. If you're just kind of like going through the motions and you're not getting any fulfillment from it, it's going to be a miserable career for you.
Yeah.
So just be honest with yourself, and if you feel like you get into it and it's not for you, then you're young enough where you can absolutely change your mind.
Yeah. Do the job that you enjoy the most. That's what I learned.
Yes, yeah. Because, you only have one chance at this thing. You might as well do what you are passionate about.
That is true, which is pretty much why we have this interview now.
Yes, that's great. I wish I would have had this kind of interview when I was young. I knew I was passionate about, I loved science, and, I loved people, and I really liked psychology too, and you could kind of do all of that rolled into one.
Oh, yeah.
So I think you just need to, it's hard when you're young and you're not really sure what you're into,
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice that you can explore all this while you're still in high school and not have to make that decision right away,
Yep.
I think that's good.
Just planning things out early.
Yeah, so when do you graduate?
I graduate May, or like late May, somewhere around there. I'm not really 100% sure. Yep, pretty much this year.
Oh, that's great. That's great. And do you feel like you're gonna either go into like a nursing program or go to college?
Oh
or do
yeah,
you have
I am definitely going into nursing.
Okay, awesome. Well, that's good. Well, if you need any help moving forward, I'm happy to help you. You've got my number now. I think it's been a tremendously rewarding career. I can't imagine doing anything else. So, now I kind of get the best of both worlds, right? Maybe I should have applied myself a little bit more and not, and gotten better grades, when I was younger. But now I get to do medicine now as a nurse practitioner. So I get to have all the great aspects of being a nurse, but I also get to, write prescriptions and diagnose things and treat things and do procedures. And so I think right now I got what I wanted. So ultimately, and that's the best thing about it. So you definitely should. If I can give you any more advice, if nursing is really what you want, then I suggest you do bedside nursing in the hospital first, because I think it gives you a really good base of how to treat patients, disease processes, good exposure to things, and maybe try different departments. Like maybe you like the ER, maybe you like trauma, maybe you like the intensive care unit, and really start to learn about disease and really keeping people alive. Or maybe you decide you love, really old people or babies, But you can try any of it, and then once you decide that, and you either figure it out or you don't, but you can always move from department to department. And if you decide you want to go back and become a nurse practitioner, definitely get a couple good years in on the floor and as a nurse before you go back to school. Because I've had a lot of nurse practitioner friends who didn't do that, who just kind of went through the whole program, right away and became a nurse practitioner, but they never had any nursing experience and they struggled a lot. So I definitely suggest you get a couple good years in as an RN or before you go back if you decide to do that. Because I think for me, having 10 years experience as a nurse made it so much easier. So.
All right, got it.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So if you need any other advice or help or whatever, I'm happy to help.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome. And good luck.
All right, thank you.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
So do you think my brother's really hard on kids?
Oh man. I wouldn't say hard on, but I mean he gets into it sometimes.
Yeah, he gets a little intense, huh?
Yeah, very intense.
Yeah, that's what it's like being a sister too. So.
Really?
Oh yeah. Yeah, my brother toughened me up for sure.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but you know what? He loves what he does. He loves being a teacher.
Yeah, I can see the passion in his job.
Yeah, so good. Well, I'm glad you're having a good experience.
Yep.
All right, well, if you think of anything else, you can just shoot me a text or whatever, okay?
All right, yep, for sure.
All right, well, good luck. It's a pleasure talking to you.
All right, thank you so much. You too.
All right, bye, Josh.
Bye.